All right, gang, we're going to spend a little bit of time learning about how we can use the arts to teach math, science, language arts, and of course, social studies. I'd like to start with asking you to take just about a minute and write down your response to the question, what is art? Okay, wrap up your thoughts there, and we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to come back to this question, though, and your definition of art in class together on Thursday. So lots of us, when we think of the arts, immediately think primarily of the visual arts, of course, painting, drawing, posters, all that stuff. But when we're thinking about how to use the arts to teach, we want to make sure that we bring a broader conceptualization of the arts to our work. So don't forget there's drama, plays, and role plays. Also, music can be used. Photography is another art form that can be quite powerful in the classroom, and things like slam poetry or oral storytelling. These are all different forms of art that can help us engage students in learning. So why is it important to teach with the arts? There are over 5 decades of research that show that arts integrated curriculums have a lot of benefits for students. 3 of that benefits that are primarily academic is that it literally makes content easier for them to learn. It also helps them keep it and store it in their memory longer, and it fosters critical creative thinking. Another benefit that is important to maintain student engagement is that it provides avenues for kids to express their own personal connections, or even to uncover their own personal connections to what they are learning. And then finally, it acts as a great motivator. More kids are fully engaged in learning when the arts are part of their learning. So there's lots of positive and important reasons why we should try to teach with the arts. However, for some of our students, the first thing they're going to say is, but I'm not creative. There's this notion that only a rare few of us are quote-unquote creative, and that it's difficult for the rest of us to participate in the arts. But what part of what we need to do if we're going to use the arts to teach content in our classrooms is to help kids understand what creativity is. So when we're thinking about creativity, we want to introduce our students to the big C and the little c. The big C is that form of creativity that we typically probably immediately think of: the painters, the artists, the performers, the Beyoncés, all those people that are super talented. They're experts in their field. They're mavericks in their field. Little c refers to the type of creativity that all of us have, yes, every single one of you, and that is utilized almost on a daily basis. The official definition of creativity is originality plus task appropriateness. So when you think about that, think about the ways in which there's multiple moments throughout your day where you are doing something unique that needs to be done to take care of a particular task. We're all creative in those ways, but part of what we need to do is help create more opportunities for our kids to practice their creative thinking skills, and also bolster their belief that they can be and are creative. So once you get over that hurdle, you got to think about, how are we going to teach with the arts? There's a couple of different ways that the arts have been integrated into our schools. The first one is art as curriculum. That's probably the one that you're most familiar with. And it's when we take separate visual arts or music or band courses. Arts enhanced curriculum is the what you see over here on the right, where it says learning through the arts and learning with the arts. This is when arts are used as a way to either learn the content, or kids use different art forms to express what they have learned. The most powerful form of arts-based curriculum is an arts integrated curriculum. So I'm going to pause here for a moment, and we're actually going to watch a short 6-minute video about a middle school that has a fully arts integrated curriculum. Just give me a second here, and it's coming up.
gotta find a way to reach all kids, every kid, no matter what. And the arts do that. They give us ways to engage kids, to get them involved, to have them be part of what we want them to be a part of, which is learning the curriculum.
I got here during the summer and I had 18 letters of resignation on my desk from teachers out of 45. That was really scary. And then the discipline on the first day was shocking. I'd never seen kids that disengaged before. After really fighting hard to stabilize Bates Middle School for the first 3 years, it became obvious that we needed a whole school reform effort.
Because we're an arts integration school, every teacher is expected to use arts integration in their classrooms in some shape or form, in every content area. The idea behind arts integration is that you learn the content area through the art, so it sort of opens a new door to understanding.
One of the things that the arts do is they provide different strategies and different skills that go across all curriculum. Collaboration, problem-solving skills. You have to figure out what will work, and you have to work through it. And sometimes you fail, and you gain from failure. I mean, that's the best thing about the arts. You don't have to be perfect all the time. We need to teach kids that you learn through failure. Take that risk. You take a risk, you're successful. That's a lifelong skill for kids.
We're going to start off with some artful thinking. I'm going to show you another image from the Ars Ad Astra project, the art gallery that went to the Mir space station.
Artful thinking is an approach to teaching visual arts through a series of routines, and each routine has a set of questions that the teacher asks about a piece of art, and they're designed around critical thinking skills. What they're doing is showing a piece of art and asking kids to look at it carefully and to make some assumptions about it.
This will be a routine for imagining and observing. Please take a moment to look at the painting. Choose beginning, middle, or end. If this artwork is in the beginning of the story, what might happen next? And if this artwork is the end of the story, what was the story about?
I chose the beginning. I said an International Space Corporation wanted to send a new kind of space probe to each planet of our solar system to study life. And the space probes hold a new kind of animal scientifically made.
Typically they spend 10 seconds looking at a piece. This encourages them to really observe every portion of that painting or artwork, and then it allows their thinking to be visible. We ask ourselves, where are the kids struggling? And we want to then target that standard because we want to approach it through arts integration to find another way to reach them. Maddie, read the learning goal for us, nice and loud.
I will understand and demonstrate rotation and revolution by choreographing a dance.
Thank you very much. Today, you kids are dancing. I wanted my kids to understand rotation and revolution. They frequently mix them up. You will choose a movement from your choreography today, and you will tell me how your movement represents rotation or revolution. So I decided to make 2 dance groups.
If I was doing the learning out of a textbook, it wouldn't stick with me, because I'm a visual learner, I'm an active learner. So by doing exciting things, creative things, it sparks my interest. So then my mind keeps it in my mind, oh, remember when you did this, remember when you did that. When we have our unit test, then I can know the characteristics of the different planets.
These are all the movements I want to see included in your choreography. I'm going to give you 2, okay?
Okay. Alec is the sun, and you get in the middle, and we all get in a circle at the very beginning.
Everyone who's an expert of each planet, we each go around it however fast the planet
Try to
goes.
We've seen a huge difference in the kinds of questions that kids are answering and the kinds of questions teachers are asking, because when they use the art to ask these critical thinking questions, the kids are using skills that they didn't know they had.
Over the last 5 years, we've made significant gains in all of our student groups. For instance, our English language learners have increased their student achievement in math and in reading by almost 30%. Our special ed scores are jumping higher than we could have even hoped. And we're developing a body of research data that show that arts integration can help struggling students learn those standards.
To see parents that never came into a school to all of a sudden be there, to come in and say, thank you, my son is engaged where he never was before. I saw what it did for kids, and it's changed my career. I mean, they say arts are transformative. It transformed me.
So that's just one example of a middle school in Maryland that is actually fully arts integrated school. I think it would be kind of awesome to teach in a place like that. I don't know about you, but I wanted to give you an idea about the different ways in which the arts have been integrated into school curriculum. For us, we're going to focus specifically on, of course, how we can use the arts in social studies. So one thing we're going to talk about on Thursday is how the arts actually help us address different questions as researchers of the past and the present, and that they really can provide a window into another culture that just reading the text or watching movies really can't. And then finally on Thursday, we're going to explore 3 different ways to use the arts. Arts as a primary source, arts as a secondary source, and arts as problem solving. So please bring this with you to class, your screencast notes on Thursday, because we're going to have a little bit of discussion about our opinions, what is art, and I think that's it. Okay, thank you very much.